In your bio, you reveal that you yearn to go past what you knew, your small town roots, to entertain people. At what point in your life did that feeling become strongest to the point that you knew that you were going to be an actress?
When I was 12, I I think I had a dream that I was going to be like in the same realm as Jim Carrey, who was really popular at that time. And I knew that I could entertain family members and guests when they came over. Like people thought I was naturally entertaining, even though I didn't try to be. So it was kind of a thing that was born from there. Honestly, it was just like a natural gift and like storytelling around the table and things like that that were funny, but I wasn't trying to be. And then after the dream, I spoke to my mom like, is it possible to get into the entertainment industry? Because nobody in our family was. And
Sure.
she's like, it's possible to do anything, sweetie. It gave me
Very
the
good.
first hope, like, oh, my mom says it's possible, so anything is possible.
So you've done various levels of study and performance. Which school or situation was most fulfilling for you? And how do you honor that study when you do your performance?
My favorite school of study is the Los Angeles Comedy Connection Theater in
Okay.
Studio City. I don't even know if it's there anymore
Uh-huh.
because I think I studied there like 15 years ago. And but I really liked it because it was really freeing. That the instructor would let us like sit on the floor and do whatever we wanted and like take chances. And that's what I really, really learned from that experience was I felt like there was no judgment. Like that was one of the few places in Los Angeles proper where there was no judgment. Like always feeling at ease there. And it was an incredible feeling.
Speaking of Los Angeles, you went there initially. What was behind that decision, and what did you face there that you never expected, even though most people know that it's fairly rough to arrive there without connections?
I arrived there with a plane ticket and a dream. And like everyone else does,
Yeah,
or a lot of people do. And I was 18 and I knew nothing different. I mean, it made both of my parents worry about me, but I was just like, oh, I'm going to LA. See you. I'm going to be an actress. Bye.
uh-huh.
And I used my graduation money. Maybe I had a negative surprise and a positive surprise.
Okay.
So the negative surprise was people give you all sorts of advice out there that you should not listen to. If I could talk to 18-year-old me, hey, only listen to people who have what you want because they got there for a reason.
Right,
So listen to someone who's at the realm that you want to be or even higher.
right.
So on the other hand, though, like the positive thing that I experienced in Los Angeles was that everyone was friendly to me. I felt like I got a lot of help when I first got there. Like, I don't know, just being so naive and just asking simple questions got me a lot of good places that I wouldn't have been if I had been afraid to ask. And a lot of people are willing to help you. A lot of people got to their positions from help. We can all do that for each other.
You had some significant successes in the usual stops and starts. That's maddening in trying to establish an acting career. What are the lessons learned when you get to do something major? And what are the lessons when you have to keep plugging when there's a dry spell?
I think I'll start with the negative part of the answer. um, uh, so when there's a dry spell, you can't get discouraged. You just have to know that with everything there is up and down in life, and you also have to figure out a way to make yourself better. And like, is it a dry spell because the industry is down? Like now because of COVID, that would be an example. I think you should ask yourself when things are slow, like honest questions. Can I get any better? Was my last monologue great or does it need work? Um, and then the things that you can learn from success is to be grateful and just to be thankful. Not everyone has it, and you work hard to get it. And just like praise Jesus or whatever you do to be thankful. But like, just be gracious and kind to those who give you opportunities. It kind of helps to remember where you have been to know that you can do something else.
Very
Like,
good.
oh, like I have had to do that sometimes to remind myself. I like if I after the Family Guy casting, if I was on an audition for an independent film and feeling kind of low and like
Mhm.
just feeling like, oh, so and so's here and she's better than me and I know she'll get this. And then you have to check yourself and automatically be like, oh, wait a minute. I was on Family Guy. I was on Spanish TV. I
Right,
was on multi-million-dollar productions. I can handle this. I can do
right,
anything.
right. So
Think
finally, acting is a profession where you can be exposed as most confident and most vulnerable. Which of those sides are easiest for you in performance? And how do you think it exposes who you really are?
that's a tough question. But Pat, I feel like it's easier for me to be vulnerable because I don't really try. Maybe I naturally am that way, so it might come out. And I think that makes for some great acting in all people if they can show like the true facets of themselves or the things that bring them hurt or memories for them that might not be so good. You can always kind of intersperse that with your acting. But then there are I'm actually writing a part right now for myself with a girl who's a little more confident and determined, but she's like, oh no, I'm going to prove this. So there's that aspect. So that's probably a newer thing that I'm working on now, like the confident aspect.
This is Patrick McDonald for HollywoodChicago.com. Copyright 2021.